outside the Ohio State House. And as you'll see, very quickly, our conversation turned to the big issues of faith and fear. How many people here are very excited by what they've seen in the past month?
I am.
You three are very excited. Dennis, tell me what the good signs are, what you've been most excited about.
I am a Christian, and I believe from our perspective that I'm seeing hope in what I call religious freedom and restoring some values that we look at from our perspective, you know.
And what has Mr. Trump done that has given you that hope?
Well, I think the fact that he's already got a vice president who definitely stands firm in my belief, very firm. I really believe in him. He's a very conservative man. I think he'll be good for everybody.
Chris, tell me what good signs you've seen.
From a business perspective, I think it's turning around. I would like to see everything go back to America. Too many jobs have gone overseas.
Sarah?
I'm a big school choice person, and my husband and I both do a lot of work in that arena. And so I'm just excited that we're going down that path too. And whatever you think of Betsy DeVos, I think she's in a position to implement Trump's policies.
Okay, this side of the table, I'm sensing that you feel differently.
We have to really find our integrity again. And that's what concerns me most, maybe, is that I see a lack of integrity in this administration.
Michael.
What we've seen in the first month is we've seen his administration is in disarray. We have no national security apparatus. Our national security advisor just stepped down because he's been implicated in violations of the Logan Act with the Russians. I mean, that's a real concern. And we can't just say, oh, we're going to give him a chance. I mean, it's almost on the level of Nixonian-style scandals in just a month.
Christian?
I am heartbroken often. Often this last month has been heartbreaking. And as a Christian, I'm offended often by what other people are calling Christian behavior, which is, I see it as farthest from that. And
such as?
The immigration, there's so much lack of empathy for anyone that's different from themselves. And oftentimes people that are claiming to be doing this in the name of Christ, in the name of God, it's offensive to me. It's offensive to me as a Christian because it is so far from what God has laid out as a plan for us.
What do you think and feel when you hear everybody talking about how quite concerned they are, Dennis?
Well, first of all, I would apologize for the Christian faith if we ourselves are causing any of this problem, because Jesus said we're to love one another.
But do you think...
But we're not one. We're totally separated. But even within the Republican Party, we're separated.
Right. But as a Christian, do you think that the travel ban is less than compassionate?
Every president, the last 6 presidents, have had a travel ban of some kind on foreign entry. The problems have come from those people, those groups. And it's true because you don't see Israeli. Well, Syria, I think the problem with Syria is the fact that many and I do agree that there's still some problems. We know this is a fact. Muslims are not separated in government.
Muslims are in a different category.
I don't buy it. If you go to the Gospels, we can look at the story of Jesus at the woman with the well, and she was a Samaritan, and Jews and Samaritans back in that day hated each other. Mm-hmm. There was a social contract that they did not speak to each other. Jesus' message was about
So I guess just kind of going down what else been said, I don't care if someone's Christian. We have laws, and we do have ways of coming into this country. I do not hate Muslims. I do not hate, people who are refugees. That's not what this is about. I wish that you all didn't think that that's what we thought, because it truly isn't. They're from. I want to know that when they come here, that they want to be here.
Believe that you quite few that hate Muslims. I think that's pretty rare. By the way, both sides of this are fiercely patriotic, and I think that's the one common ground that we have, is that we love this country, we want it to be safe, and we want everyone, as you just said, to assimilate. When
the Muslims want to make it Sharia law, they're saying the law of our land is not good enough for them.
There is not Sharia law. I don't think that law supersedes our Constitution.
Thank you.
I mean,
and I don't think any of us want.
Absolutely
of course, but it doesn't. It's impossible.
That's a big part
it
of our
doesn't.
fear.
That is a part of your fear.
Side, that's a big part of the fear.
Dennis, I hear what you're saying. You're scared. You're scared.
I'm scared for my family. I'm scared for my daughters and my grandchildren. I'm scared for your children.
He ran on a whole
said, I am here to protect every American citizen. Did he not say that?
Remember, is when you're Americans doing this. When people are afraid, they do some very dangerous things, and they believe the things that back up what they have. I do think that that's the case for some Trump supporters out there, and that is what I'm seeing happening a lot. And that's not putting your faith in God either.
I think which, I mean,
it's a cultural adaptation in most places. Muslims want to come here and make Sharia our law. And you heard the woman in there say, I want to make sure, I don't care who they are, but whoever comes here, I want to make sure they want to be here for the right reasons and they want to assimilate. Those are questions that were never asked of any other ethnic group. Not my grandparents, not the New East Asians. Now that's the test. And it speaks to a prejudice. It just does.
all right, we'll have more with those voters tomorrow.
My name is Brian. I'm proud to make dog chow in Davenport, Iowa. Dog chow has been a part of my family's life for over 40 years. My grandfather